And this episode of Redonkulous.com brought to you by Reconnaissance Man from Aaron Clary. Links below. It's Bad Pop here, and if you make an assumption, you're an ass, and the ump will shun you. And on top of that, someone's gonna die, too. I don't care if you're in the military, you're a cop or a firefighter. When you're receiving your intel briefing on stuff you're gonna do in the near future, and any of this lingo pops up, yeah, you. They're circle talking you right into an early grave. Winning new.
Well, I guess that wraps it up. Any questions?
Are we gonna die, or are you just f***ing nuts? And with that being said, bend over and make sure you wipe that assumption really good, because it's gonna get sloppy up in here. Yeah. Before we get into any of this, you should know military intelligence is an oxymoron. It's like oil and water. They don't really go together unless you're making Italian dressing, and that tastes good. Here's one for the comments below. Subway or Jimmy John's? Winning.
Is this going to be a stand-up fight, sir, or another bug hunt?
If you hear any of the following words in your briefing, shit's about to go awry. And the first word is should.
You're going to travel down Route Bravo. You're going to get to Checkpoint X-ray. There should not be any enemy personnel there.
Should? How about we get extra ammo just in case?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
And the next word, which is fairly common, is maybe. Hey, baby, I can't wait for tonight. Did you take your pill this morning?
Maybe?
Well, maybe. I'm gonna go watch some Space Ghost. Word number 3, and you better get ready to grab your ankles and take this one deep. Possibly.
That was amazing, honey. Did you remember to pull out?
Possibly. We hear these all the time. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but didn't.
The log pack didn't come in, so we're going to issue 2 magazines, but you're going to move into that position over there, and there could be enemy personnel.
Is he f***ing crazy?
What the hell are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
Yeah, why don't you just dump honey on all of us and put us into the Wolverine pen to get chewed up? That's where you get the Eddie's and shit.
You secure that shit, Hudson.
This is one of my favorite ones, I guess. That's some shit you hear from like a 6-year-old. Did you pick up your toys?
I guess I did.
What does that mean? One toy or all of them? I don't get it.
What do you want me to do, fetch your slippers for you?
Gee, would you, sir? I'd like that.
Look into my eye.
I want you to set up an ORP and get ready for action.
Has that area been reconned? Are the personnel gone, or what are we facing?
Well, you know, there was some recon, I guess.
Well, sir, thanks a lot. You're throwing a flying crossbody cock block on us, but hey, I'll make it happen. Hashtag you're f***ed. No, that was actually in Iraq. Mission accomplished.
According to our S2 estimate, we expect you to go up against 2 platoons, maybe a company of enemy soldiers.
That's like insane. That's anywhere between 50 and 120 dudes. Know this, S2 above them, f***ed up, edit that out. That's a wide margin of f***ing error right there. Hey, wait a minute, the DOD is really good at this estimate crap. Check out the episode. I've had this one before. I've actually received a briefing where the guy was like,
I believe. And
I raised my hand, I said, sir, we're not in church. You don't have to say I believe that many times.
I believe you can get the out of my briefing.
I'll leave the briefing. Do you see the pattern here?
Oh, great. Wonderful. Shit.
When it comes to issues of life and death, believe ain't got nothing to do with it. There's a whole lot of people out there who believe if the woman's on top, she can't get pregnant because of gravity. Who would have thunk? Here's a fancy S2 word here, postulate.
It is postulated that you'll be up against either a battalion or brigade element based on our S2 overflight, which showed these 2 generators.
Half the dudes in the room who have a decent education are probably looking at that officer going, you got out of your goddamn mind. And then you got the dudes who can barely read, and they got maybe an 8th grade education. They're rocks. They go anywhere. They're with you through all the briefing up until you pull out the fancy words like postulate. Then you watch them just go. And their mind is off in the ether. And you just saw that man's attention span and mind snap like a Twix bar. Here's another fancy word for y'all out there. I surmise, I'm just a grunt here, but I surmise that you're full of shit. That's why your eyes are brown.
I surmise that we're only up against a division-size element, and our corps should be able to punch through with no problem.
What?
I hypothesize from what I've observed that you have no opposition before you and you'll have no problem making it to your objective.
That almost never happens. That word hypothesize, scientists use that or people writing for a PhD. It should not be used in everyday environment. There are several reasons why they use these big fancy words. One, they're highly educated. Two, they're not and they want you to think they're highly educated. Or three, they're talking into your grave. And you will see fancy words like this all the time on Tumblr. That site is nothing but a huge, heaping, stinking cesspool of scum and villainy. Anyone who uses the words I suspect, you should probably suspect them of being an idiot. If you're a leader of men of action and you're going to send them to their possible death or dismemberment, a little certainty goes a long way.
Whoopie f***ing do.
All right, you walk into a briefing, the dude comes out to give the briefing and he's using a lot of circle talk.
I suspect, I believe.
Guess what? Half the room is going to be like, what the f***? Edit that out. The other half is going to go. And for anyone out there who said there's a place in society for the useful idiots, voila!
Oh, he's this too. He knows what he's talking about.
I'm like, off.
Now move it, people. All right, sweethearts, you heard the man and you know the drill, assholes and elbows.
Conjecture. And here's another multi-syllable word designed to get those useful idiots to do this. Because they don't know.
This is just conjecture, but this objective should be free and clear of all enemy personnel once we bomb it.
Is there like any satellite imagery for any underground bunkers or anything where they can hide? Just want to know.
I guess I can get it.
It's called an RFI when you do that. It's a request for information. You're like, oh, that's really good, but how about this? You write up your RFI and send it up the chain. And usually it never comes back.
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
And all these people who suspect everything's gonna be okay, they probably have a sinking suspicion about X.
I've been watching this building for a long time, and I have a suspicion that it's a bomb factory.
Why is that?
Well, I have hypothesized and postulated.
That's enough. Go watch some Space Ghost. A lot of these words here are circle talking. But if they ever pull out these phrases, you know you're f***ed. Edit that out. And that is shot in the dark or take a stab at it. What? When you send 25 dudes into a dark cave under a shot in the dark, that's irresponsible at best. Or you accidentally wrong hole it because you took a stab at it in the dark.
Hey, it was dark. They're really close together, I'm sorry.
All right, here's another favorite one they like to pull.
Our theory is...
And whenever they say that, you know everything after that is all just conjecture. Did I use that fancy word conjecture? I really mean bullshit. Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah. Scientists use words like theory and hypothesis. So why don't we just say they keep those words? And we use different words when we're going to send people to their possible deaths. How about this?
Hey, you're gonna need this or we're f***ed. Pack some more ammo, take an extra frag grenade, and hey, put some extra gas in the vehicle.
I'd like to keep this handy for close encounters.
Here's another fancy S2 phrase.
It is inferred that this course of action will lead to this.
In the real world, if you're in a relationship and you infer that she's on the pill, guess what? Or you can get chlamydia, which is gonorrhea-like. No.
Sorry, Pop, I gotta go on sick call.
All right, Riggs, going on sick call, block 14, what for? All right, VD. Gonorrhea, no. Every 2 weeks, this motherfucker caught VD. Tell Marta I said hi, winning. Last but not least, another famous S2 phrase is this. The premise is. As soon as you hear the word premise, you can assume that you're gonna have to cover your ass.
This whole operation is based on the premise of the bolo we're looking for is in this grid square. Therefore, we must surround it and find him.
How old is that intel?
Well, there, Sharn Pop, I have to double check, but I guess it's about 72 hours old.
Snipe hunt, yeah, I got it.
Any questions? What is it, Private?
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
And here is the basic message behind these words.
Hey, I'm here, I'm in charge, and I don't know what the f is going on, so take a stab in the dark.
And if you are totally cool banking your life on these words, then you're this guy here. And God bless you, because in 30 years, a lot of those dudes covered my ass and pulled me into safety. Winning. Useful idiots carry everything. Wah! Speaking of you guys, you worldly, well-rounded, intelligent individuals, check out the Patreon and PayPal links below and throw us a couple nickels so we can keep doing this, because it's pretty expensive. And while we're at it, please hit the subscribe button, because if you do, I'll keep the black light on so you don't get blinded when I take a shot in the dark.
Again?
Hey.
Who are you f***ing?
I remember getting the op order when I jumped into Panama. That was a big word, baby.
Yeah. There may be ZSU-23-4s on the ground, firing up at the planes, but we've mitigated this risk by jumping at 500 feet in pitch black.
Fantastic! Yeah, I remember seeing those tracers hit the bird as I went out the door. And I wouldn't even jump, but one of the engines was on fire, and I saw it through a little port window.
Now it's time to jump.
Yeah, I remember, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. Look up. I'm f***ing out of here! I picked up the dude that he couldn't even stand up. I had one of my guys on the ground right next to me. I picked him up and carried him out the f***ing door.